Online food delivery has taken India by a storm in recent years. In a world where food habits evolve constantly, companies like Zomato and Swiggy have had an instrumental role in shaping this over the past decade or so. Indore, the commercial capital of Madhya Pradesh, is well known for its food heritage and culture. In this video, we deep dive into the food world and discuss the various issues plaguing the gig workers who are the backbone of the online food delivery business. Let's begin. Introduction. Food delivery market share. Swiggy holds 45% while Zomato holds 55% of the market share. A common system of work established by the duopoly of Swiggy and Zomato is the practice of booking gigs. A delivery partner has to book gigs a couple of days in advance to be able to work during the specified date and time as the slots are limited. The duration of this vary between 1 to 5 hours or example 7 to 9 am or 4 to 5 pm etc. Thus, if a rider wishes to work the whole day, he or she has to book multiple gigs for that particular date in advance and is bound to work during these hours. The worker can choose to cancel latest an hour before the shift start. Now, let's try to understand the various aspects of food delivery from the delivery partner's perspective first. The process of food delivery. A rider stands in the high order area within the zone waiting for app to buzz. After he receives and accepts an order, he travels to the restaurant. Sometimes the location is incorrect which cause problems. Usually they are not allowed inside. There is no shade or benches outside. So they either stand or sit on their bikes. Sometimes the restaurant delay the food despite declaring ready on the app. Sometimes restaurants do faulty packaging and provide food in large boxes which don't fit in the delivery bag. They are really penalized by the apps for this. Road closures not updated on maps, traffic jams, and railway crossings are some more hurdles while traveling. Incorrect location, customer not responding, security guards, and gate apps are few more hurdles before completing the delivery. Often they are asked to walk to the particular tower or zone where the customer resides. It's a common knowledge that they have to use separate service lift, in the absence of which they have to walk up the stairs. Some customers don't keep change handy and waste the time of the rider, or first take the order and then return with the cash after a few minutes. The rider get return pay of rupees 10 only if it's a long distance order. If they are lucky, they will receive a new order on their way back to high order zone. The meanings of gate apps. These are the major gate apps that are used to control entry into a gated community which cause further time delay for the riders. They collect a lot of private information without letting the rider know how and where the data will be processed. A lot of these apps are notorious for alleged sale of data. These are the steps for gaining entry. If the customer has pre-approved the rider, he is let in. If not, a notification is sent to the customer's app. If the customer don't respond, a call is placed. If still unavailable, the rider is denied entry. Occupational hazards. The riders have to deal with stray dogs, antisocial element, bad weather, and road range while working in the gig. Fixed expenses. A major fixed expense to work in this field is having motorbike which cost around 1 lakh rupees after including all tax and accessories. The other fixed expenses include buying a helmet, t-shirt, delivery bag, sports shoes, smartphone, mobile rain cover, mobile holder, raincoat, earphone and power bank. All of these cost around total of rupees 15,000. Recurring expenses. Daily expenses include petrol, electricity and internet. The average charges have been listed here. Financial metrics. Let's understand the financial metrics now. The gross earning is the total earning as shown in the app at end of the day. A trip is a journey from accepting an order until handing over food to the customer. Login period is the total time spent waiting and doing delivery. The distance traveled means the total distance traveled between accepting an order request and food handover. It does not include the distance traveled back from the customer's location until the rider receives a new order request. Depreciation refers to the decrease in monetary value of assets over time due to use, wear and tear. We interviewed around 50 Swiggy and Zomato riders in Indore and found that they were earning 1028 rupees, doing 22 trips, logging in 12 hours and traveling 123 kilometers per day on an average. Let's now try to examine the hidden expenditure and thus calculate their actual earning. The recurring expenses for petrol came out to be 326 rupees per day. The recurring expenses for internet came out to be 11 rupees per day. The expenses on bike maintenance came out to be 100 rupees per day. The expenses toward depreciation of the bike came out to be 82 rupees per day. The expenses toward depreciation of the kit came out to be 12 rupees per day. The total operating expenditure came out to be 531 rupees per day. Since the riders are working for 12 hours daily, we calculate the statutory minimum wages according to Madhya Pradesh government's latest notification, which came out to be 954 rupees per day. Now we observe that even though the app shows gross earning of 1028 rupees, the rider have to spend 531 rupees on daily operations. If we deduct this, we find that they are actually earning only 497 rupees, which is almost half of the statutory wages of 954 rupees per day. This is hinting towards bonded labor. So, how will a rider earn minimum wages while working through the app? They need to have a gross earning of 1485 rupees daily. Only then they will earn a minimum wages for hard work they are putting in. Anecdotes. We found a rider who was delivering via a cycle. The ID he was using was tagged as a bike, which is why he sometimes has to travel 10 kilometers or more doing deliveries. He tried to convert his bike ID to a cycle ID, but he was told it's not possible anymore. A few guys were using rented bikes and cycles to operate. The daily incentive scheme is a bonded labor scheme. To receive the incentive, one must complete the target number of gigs as well as number of orders. Also, you can decline only one or two delivery requests at maximum. It is also exploitative in the sense that if a rider fails to reach the massive target by one or two orders, he doesn't receive the incentive. To activate the rain surge, the riders have to upload clear videos of the rainfall on the app, as if they already don't have too many actions to do. Can't the team leaders do this on the rider behalf? Prominent shopping malls behave rudely towards the partners and disallow them from entering the mall via the main entrance. If their shoes are soiled, they are asked to walk barefoot up to the cold floor of the food court. Not to mention the self-slave based discrimination is also present. A lot of premium hotels make the rider wait outside their campus. A person from the hotel comes out with the food. Quite hospitable treatment, we must say. Train orders are a next level of pain for the partners. They have to purchase platform ticket and parking tickets and sometimes wait a bit too much, as we are well aware of the stellar punctuality of Indian Railways. The question looms, if a rider has to book multiple gigs in a day, and if this is so called partnership, why aren't they receiving a daily payout? There are various expenses to be borne on a daily basis. To log into the app, one has to provide a live selfie wearing Zomato and Swiggy t-shirt. That would have been okay, but a rider get random selfie request after handing over the food. App provides a minute to send the selfie with the delivery bag. It is physically not possible to do this if one is in a lift or walking up to the bike. Seeking help for a live order is a painful process. The riders have to juggle between the chat, call, and the team leader too many times. The call center is not prompt to solve the queries of the riders. The riders allege that help center is biased against them. If the customer is unresponsive even after multiple calls on text, the rider has to wait for 15 minutes at the customer's location until the order is officially declared as cancelled by the help center.
लोग कैसे किसी को बताओगे लोग तो क्या करते हैं अगर 751 रुपए का ऑर्डर है ना तो 750 ही देंगे ये तो भैया पूछा नहीं है। हाँ मीडियम लोग तो मध्यम वर्गीय रहते हैं ना मीडियम लोग वो वाली कैसे तो ज्यादा भैया रख लो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है यार आप दूर से आए हो पानी में भीग के आ रहे हो रात को ये सब हुआ मेरे साथ ये बंदे ने वो QR कोड मैंने कंपनी का दे दिया उसमें करके बोले आप भैया आप पर्सनल दे दो उसने मेरे को 60 रुपए अलग से करे वो जबकि मिडिल आदमी है प्लेट को किराए से ले जाए लेकिन बंगले वाले तो आधे घंटे में तो पहले ऑर्डर ले लेंगे फिर ऑर्डर लेके ऊपर चले जाएंगे फिर आएंगे 10-15 मिनट बाद ऑर्डर लेकर तो भैया आप कितने हुए अपने पूछने आएंगे कितने हुए 751 है ना 750 ही पकड़ाएंगे।
Rights and wrongs. The current legal frameworks in India are the Code on Social Security 2020, Rajasthan Platform Based Gig Workers Registration and Welfare Act 2023, and the Karnataka Platform Based Gig Workers Social Security and Welfare Bill 2024. The basic advantages of the framework include defining the concept of gig worker and the aggregator, the registration of the workers, and allocation of unique ID applicable across all platforms. The establishment of a welfare board that will be the apex regulator, a cess that would be levied on each transaction to initiate a welfare fund for the workers. The aggregator cannot terminate the workers at their will. The frameworks have not been able to define the employer-employee relations, thus freeing the aggregators from responsibility. The vagueness of aggregator-gig worker relationship make it almost impossible to protect workers' rights as Indian labor laws are inherently based on employer-employer relation. There is no guarantee on minimum wages, maximum working hours, and daily payouts. The welfare board model does provide a scope of welfare schemes, but it is yet to be effectively implemented. Historically, the model has been poorly implemented in India. The United Kingdom Supreme Court ruled in 2021 that Uber drivers are workers and not self-employed as Uber had claimed. The SE found that the drivers' jobs were tightly defined and controlled by Uber. Here are some news reports about the legal frameworks. Gaps in digital infrastructure. Zomato and Swiggy offer the following sets of apps for each entity. It is noteworthy that delivery partner apps for Swiggy and Zomato are not available on the iPhone platform. This means that the 4.6% of smartphone users in India who have iPhones cannot work in this field without spending additional money for an Android. Also, there is a lesser known language barrier to work in this sector. The reason being the app function only in 7 or 8 languages among the 22 languages listed in the Honorable Constitution of India. For example, prominent languages like Urdu, Gujarati, Odia, Punjabi, Assamese, etc. are not available on these apps. Closing thoughts. There is no value of experience in this field. A delivery partner working for 6 years is considered the same as the one working for 1 year or any other period for that matter. Have to work on major holidays and festivals. Family time is reduced. Riders suffer from recurring pain due to excessive fatigue. While researching for the video, we saw these ads. You decide whether what they are claiming is correct. Thank you for watching the video. Kindly like, share and subscribe to the channel. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. The tools for video production were Canva and Filmora. The logos, illustration and the photographs used in the video were taken from the following sets and have been duly credited. The description box contains the resources and articles mentioned in the video.